approach a problem where the person is taller, like natives than me, and I'm having a hard time landing my hook because they're successfully leaning back, or I'm also having a hard time landing my straight right because as they see my right hand coming, they also start to lean back. So as me being a shorter fighter, even if I get in close, they're leaning back and I'm falling short every time. So this can be a problem because the opponent can pull, or your sparring partner can pull away, make me miss, and then make me pay, or they can pull away from my hook, so my hook always misses. So what we're going to do is use our right hand to set up something that's like a half hook, half jab, a jumping one, or I'm just going to change my hook into this jumping one to land it. So, for example, if I'm here with Nate and I'm throwing my 2 and he pulls away from my 2 and I miss out of range and I've already committed to my 3 as well, they're both obviously missing and then Nate can capitalize on hitting me after this. Or if I'm just having a hard time throwing my hook, if I'm in hooking range and I go to throw my hook at Nate, but obviously I'm shorter, so I'm hooking up and he sees it and he pulls back, boom, this can happen, right? So this can be a much harder punch to land on taller people as a hook. So what I'm going to do is just change the format of my arm really. So instead of, I'm still driving with my elbow, okay? But instead of coming with this hooking motion, I'm going to do about half a hook, but I'm going to go to a jab. The reason I'm throwing this hooking motion is to get Nate leaning back. So as soon as he sees my body rotate like this, he leans. But instead of coming around like this, I'm going to be locking my core, pushing off my back foot, and jumping forwards into that. So we'll throw it here. As I rotate, boom, I'm going to bring my hand forwards and come down the middle like this. So the reason I like to throw this after my 2 is because when I throw my 2, quite often I get taller people leaning back and their weight gets stuck on their back foot like this. So now it's harder for them to go backwards. So my 2 is really a decoy to get them going backwards. My 2 is out of range, and now my core locks, my momentum is going to pull me forwards, and my body is arching like this, so Nate's hand is up, protecting his head for the hook. But obviously I'm going to flare my elbow and drive my elbow forwards with the momentum from my body. So in a faster motion, it'll look like this. Instead of this happening. So now I'm going to lean my forward 2. The 2 is what's getting him to lean back and getting him to commit to put his weight on his back foot. And so this punch is extremely useful against taller people, but even useful against people your own height as well. It's a little bit harder against shorter people. Shorter people I'll probably be throwing hooks at them most of the time. I can throw this off a lot of different combinations. For instance, I can go to the body first. Instead of getting it to lean back, I can actually still utilize this punch and throw it to the body. And then now I can throw my jumping one because they might take this to the body, they might lean back thinking the hook's coming. Alright, so now I'm just going to do exactly the same motion. I'm going to step in, boom, throw my 2 to the body, and now my 1 comes up with my elbow flaring, getting his hand up, or getting him leaning back, one the other, boom. And now I just throw my 1 and launch into him. So your partner can throw it like this. Your partner can stand like that with their guard up. Guys, come forward, bro. Or they can just catch it on their hands. So if we're catching it on their hands, if I'm going to throw 1, 2, 1, it's going to go 1, 2, and my back foot comes forward. Now my partner's going to step back a little bit. And now my jumping 1, I'm loaded up, my core's locked, my elbow flares, and it's like I'm launching and getting pulled forwards by a cord like that by someone else. Okay? And the rhythm will be and now I'm going to go to the body with the 2. So, yeah, we can use this 1 in place of a hook if I'm having a hard time landing my hook because somebody's leaning back or they're catching it a lot or blocking it a lot. I do the same motion as a hook, but I throw the jab.
So we'll take a quick look at somebody who throws the jumping 1 and has the best application of it over like a multitude of different ways during a single fight, which is Alex Volkanovski against Max Holloway 3. So the first attempt here, you can see Volk sits down and throws like a thunderous hook trying to take his head off. Whoop. He misses that one there. So now he actually has to adjust. This next one is a great example of Alex pulling away, drawing out a shot with a right hand, jumps in and throws that jumping 1 straight afterwards. So you can see that the hook 100% would have been out of range if he pulled away from that right hand and tried to throw a 2-3. So he opts for the right hand followed by the jumping one, and that jumping one lands perfectly on Max. Here we see Alex overcommit and miss with the jumping jab, so he does an awesome correction here and goes straight to the tie clinch. You can see the arm comes around the back of Max's neck. Luckily he's not a wrestler, so he opts for the tie clinch and goes for the knee, manages to rectify that situation. The next one is unique. He throws the jumping 2-1 twice in a row off the same phase, so he goes 2-1 and then bobs and weaves and then goes 2-1 again, and so he knows Max is moving back quickly, so he's got that left hand there loaded up. He's about to launch forwards and have another crack at Max with it, but it grazes the head of Max and just misses, unfortunately. Our next example, Alex actually uses a fake right hand to land that jumping jab. So you can see here that he throws that right hand, boom, it's just a fake. And his jab comes flying up the middle as Max is backing up. There's not too much to say about example 5 other than it was clean. Lands the 2, lands the jumping 1, and lands the 2 again. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and there'll be more content coming shortly.